Yo, what's going on, everyone? Welcome to another episode of the Slope Podcast. Hey, you know this is your weekly podcast on the Sakamichi series. Idol groups is going to be Nogizaka46, Sakurazaka46, Hinatazaka46, and maybe Yoshimotozaka46 should news of them ever come up again. Sag. This week's episode, we talk a little bit about Sakurazaka's new fourth single release, Samidare. We got some new Instagram accounts for some Hinatazaka members, and then some profiles for the new 5th gen. But before that, I'm one of your hosts. I'm Jimmy, aka Jimmy who tweets on Twitter, and I'm joined as always by my friends, my fellow co-hosts. We have Josh, Mr. Josh Box, and a very special guest today. Boy's not here, but we got Tam.
Hello.
Boy, you look a little different today.
Yeah, I got a new wig.
Oh, it's looking
nice.
good, you know.
Yeah.
I know you're normally a short hair kind of guy, but
Yeah, I just wanted to sling you, for the late winter.
yeah, gotta stay warm. Thanks for joining us on the show, Tam.
Yeah,
How have you been?
It's been good. I promised to come on here to talk about the Times Square project for Sakurazaka, but it's already been like two months.
I think we can still talk about it. I think it's like
of course. It's just funny how much time has passed since then.
Yeah. We were like, oh yeah, we need to get Tam on, and then it's like, the show ends in like 2 weeks though,
Yeah.
and then we gotta take a little break. But glad we can finally have you on, and there's some exciting Sakurazaka news to talk about too, right?
Yes.
How about you, Jimmy? How are you doing? Are you recovering?
Slowly but surely. Yeah, it's been a process, you know. I think it's hard because for me, I keep wanting to compare myself to like the me of just like a month ago, you know, where I was like, oh, I could squat like 550 pounds, and then now I'm like, oh man, I'm winded walking to my car, you know. But it's been like a gradual, working my way back. Every day I get to like walk a little bit further, train just a little bit harder. So staying optimistic, you know. What about you, Josh? What have you been up to?
Just busy with the same work, school, side stuff, the YouTube channel, all of it. Nothing new to report.
I was gonna ask about the what you guys thought about the Olympics the Super Bowl halftime show, but Tam making us feel like boomers in the pre-show. It was something that was kind of random, right? I was like, I did think about it. I was like, you know, there's Kendrick and Anderson .Paak, and then a bunch of people 20 years older than them. Just, you know.
The set looked really good, though, I gotta say. Like, you could at least appreciate the performance, even though, like, this music felt like, it's a bit...
a little dated?
Bit too old for me, but I could at least appreciate the performance with, nice sets and the good, stage presence.
I saw, like, a tweet. Someone was like, everyone born between 1985 and 1995 sitting here like, oh, finally, a halftime show catered to us and not old people. And then realizing 10 seconds later that we're the old people.
Yeah. It's just transitioned. Oh, no.
There were people like, why is that dude hanging upside down?
Oh, yeah.
Me, dude.
That I did recognize 50 Cent.
Okay.
And
I did
of course
get something
Kendrick.
new.
Of course, I recognize all of them, but it's just like, I don't really listen to their music,
Yeah, I mean, that's fair. I mean, I don't think 50 Cent has been relevant for
a while.
Quite some time, you know.
I was like surprised at how like, big he still was. Like he looked like he could, he was able to like hang upside down by himself. I was pretty impressed at like his age.
Dude, I was just thinking, like, what was he doing the entire time? Waiting for the light to come on, just hanging, like, oh God, please.
Like Dracula or something.
Yeah. That's just how he sleeps. I did get a new photo book. I forgot about it. I got Ki-chan's photo book.
Oh, I'm jealous.
Of course you did, you lewd boy.
This actually,
how would you rate it?
it's actually pretty high up. The photography in it is actually really good.
Oh,
and
nice, nice.
they do like a half the photo book has the white borders and half the photo book has the black borders on it. So it took a little creativity in that. A lot of the shots look really good. A lot of like the lewd pictures actually were previewed. So like all the rest of this is like just good
Doggos.
pictures of Ki-chan in like environments and like pictures of her smiling, messing around and everything.
Have you gotten any other recent photo books?
All of the Sakamichi ones. So
Oh, have you? Okay, so how would you like rank like the last 5 ones that were released, or
over the last 5.
I don't remember, like a bunch of Nogi ones probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did My Tunes come out yet?
Yeah,
My Tunes did come
came
out. Hers was pretty good.
Ki-chan
Ki-chan.
has Hono's.
Who graduated? It's all memorial photo books.
Oh, I guess Miria, Ranze's.
Ki-chan and My Tunes might be at the top.
Okay.
Thinking about both of those. Ranza's is probably on the lower part of it.
Really?
It felt a little
Sag.
regular. If that makes sense. Like it's pretty standard.
Okay.
Let me check on my order history. I have a problem.
I really like the cover for Ranze's, like the it was just very like romantic looking, like the one with the hair in her face and whatnot. But Iku-chan, I didn't even buy that
Iku-chan's
one.
right,
Oh,
right.
Ika-chan's, yeah, of course.
Okay, so right now I'd probably go My Tune, Ki-chan, Ikuta,
Oh, really? Okay.
and then I'll go Ranze, Media, Oranana at the very bottom.
Oh, I forgot hers too.
Don't recommend that one at all.
That one's it makes me depressed. I don't know. Just like she deserves better than this.
Oh, I hope Sato Shiori's is better.
I don't have high hopes for that one. I'll be honest.
Yeah, some of the previews, right, have just been like,
I don't
this
trust that
looks kinda
photographer.
generic.
That's why.
Who's the photographer for it?
The same person who did Akanen's photo book.
Oh.
Yeah, see, there you go. Now you know. Yeah, when I was hyped for it, but then when I saw the photographer, I was like, there goes all my hype.
Sag.
I tried to get the Ito Juno one that was just announced, but you need to sign up. You need to sign up for a fan club, and like, I
Yeah,
signed up for
that'll
it. I tried to check out, but like it said, this function is not available right now.
I have to. It doesn't. I feel like the preview photos didn't even look like her.
Yeah. It's different.
I couldn't
I
like
don't know,
unless
like the processing, right?
unless I didn't. Like I only knew it was her because someone said it. Oh, look at Juna's photo book previews and send it to me. If they just sent me like those photos, I'd be like, I don't know
Who is this? Yeah.
Like, why are you sending me this?
Yeah, I liked Miria's. The Miria's is like the most recent one I got. It just the photo order was so bad.
Yeah.
It was.
That was my issue with it.
Oh my god! It was like someone just dropped all the pages.
Yeah. Just so
They
randomly
just
pulled
like
them back
binded
up.
whatever order.
Yeah, they're about to submit it to the designer. Fell down. Oh no! Here you go.
Dude,
Yeah.
what makes me sad about the Miria one is like all of the exciting photos for that book were already in the previews.
Yeah.
So so you're expecting more of some of like the more interesting settings and stuff like that, and you look through and you're like, oh, I already seen these. Okay.
Yeah. My tunes, keychains though, recommended.
Right.
Ooh.
Yeah, I ordered the Keychain one at least, so that's good.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
I think
Those
it's
are,
better
like,
than the first one.
memorial photo books, so they probably got a little bit more budget, right?
I mean, we didn't know it was Memorial in the beginning, so.
Sag. Oh, there was so much copium in the chat. You're like, no, dude, it's Keychain making a comeback.
Yeah, I thought so too. I think we all. I feel like a lot of us thought so.
Yeah, our hopes were too high.
Yeah, because I felt like she was like, I was like starting to see more of her on like different shows and stuff again.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, this is real nice, dude. We got it, dude. A lot of second gen members are leaving, but Keychain holding up the fort. It's like, wait, what happened?
No, it's just I had to put all my hopes in Ayane.
The strong carry.
Yes. Let us.
Anyways, let's get into the show, shall we?
Should we start
so
off with with Tam's adventure into New York.
I know, living the dream, dude. Recognized by the members and staff.
Yeah.
Sony Music themselves bowing before Tam.
Yeah, that was very. I mean, it was me and the team, but it was
course, yeah,
it was
yeah.
very surreal when you when I saw the tweet. It's like it's like, is this really happening? And then I remember when I was streaming on Twitch, the night that we premiered the Times Square ad. At one point we had 1,000 viewers or something like that. Was it 1,000? Maybe it was either 100 or 1,000. I don't remember. One of the two.
Yeah,
but
zero and two.
It was just
Hey,
at the
let's
time.
say 1,000. It sounds cool.
It felt like 10,000 people were watching, but it was just it was a very ambitious project, and it took us a while to get to our goal, but we actually at one point we had the Japanese fans kind of realize we were doing this project, and there was this one Pon Oshi, and he helped translate the we were kind of trying to focus on doing it among the international
Western.
fandom at first, but this Pon Oshi found it, reached out to us, translated it, and then that got us a huge influx of donations, and once you see a lot of people donate, then more people join in and want to donate, so it was kind of a very positive avalanche of
Like snowballing.
yeah, exactly. And then we had reached out to Seed and Flower to get their approval, and we
I'm curious about that.
Yeah,
how did that work?
We had sent them an email to, I think,
seedandflower@gmail.com or
so they have a professional contact on their website, so we emailed them, and we were didn't get a response, and we're okay, I guess. Well, I mean, we were just kind of ready to just do it regardless of the response that they got.
Sure.
We did, we wanted the blessing, we wanted to get the okay to do it. So basically what happened is that another Japanese fan reached out and were hey, they're doing this project and they wanted to get your approval. Did you and they didn't get a response. What happened? And they were oh, we did send a response, and the person who sent the email had to go through their spam inbox.
Oh.
And the thing about, I think, when the companies they send out emails, they do a randomly generated number, I think. So it's just kind of keyboard smash at Seed and Flower. I think that's what it was. And so yeah, we got their blessing, and it fell into place. And yeah, I see the response in the chat that said that we thought when we got the acknowledgement on Twitter from the official Sakurazaka Twitter, I was checking my phone and I'm who
tweeted that?
I'm did someone from Sakusen tweet that? That's so I'm I didn't realize that someone was tweeting at the moment, and then I realized wait, I see the check mark.
Yeah. At first I was when did they get their check mark, dude? Oh man. And I was wait a second, this is Seed and Flower, dude. This is Sony Music Japan. That's so nuts. So how was it kind of how did I guess what was kind of the process from inception to execution to seeing it all kind of happen?
Yeah, so the idea, I was visiting New York early last year, and I met up with Milan. I don't know if you guys, some of you guys might know him on Twitter, but he's a SNH fan, but he used to be pretty active in the AKB fandom. And he mentioned that he knew someone who does the Times Square ads, and I'm oh yeah, it's definitely doable, if you wanted to ever do something like that. And I was well, and of course you guys know who this person is, Ellis.
Yeah.
If the viewers look at the Las Vegas vlog.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Guest stars in that
Alice is
one.
around, yeah.
So yeah,
He's
so
the middleman.
so I reached out to him, and we kind of negotiated the price. We kind of like narrowed down which billboards we wanted to go for, and it was very like I managed to negotiate it to a point that we felt comfortable with, and we thought that was a manageable price, and slowly inching closer to that goal. I think we reached the goal in late October, I believe, or maybe November. I don't even remember. But
I think it was November, only because I specifically remember us driving back from Vegas, and then Josh was like, "Oh yeah, I'll donate once we get back, dude." And then as soon as we get back, he checks like, "Oh, they made it." And I was like,
Well.
yeah. So was it? All right. Yeah, you're right. Yeah. So it was in November, and I had we were like, okay, we reached the goal that we kind of like negotiated with Ellis, and I emailed him and I was like, hey, we got it. And he's like, oh, I think you guys have to kind of like maybe wait a little bit because it's actually December, it's the holiday season, so I'm not sure if we could get Reuters, which is the one that we ended up getting. And he's like, oh, we might have to do another billboard. And we had like another, so basically we had a backup billboard, and like, this might be the one that we get because because December is very competitive, and the asking prices for that time were a lot higher than what the usual prices were. And we were like, I think it was like the week of that we got it confirmed. It was very close to the actual date that we got Reuters confirmed. Yeah. And we had to it was me and the kind of the social media graphics person, Mentos, on the team. We were editing the video. The very last minute, I think I sent the final video file right before I left on the plane to New York. I'm on Premiere Pro trying to I had basically I went through each music video. I made a timeline of every single cut of every single member, and I'm trying to arrange it.
Yeah, you knocked it out really fast. I remember you had messaged us a little bit before about just some Premiere tips, and then 2 days later it's sent it in. I'm like, what the?
Yeah, and I sent it on my computer. It was. We were kind of looking at the different inspirations, the previous ads in Reuters, and they have I did the bottom 3 screens, and then the other person did the long one, the middle one, and then the ones on the side. But I did the middle 3, kind of in the middle band, and I was doing some research and looking at other ads, and I saw that some people, because generally they have different, if you look at most K-pop ads, they have different videos running on each screen, but I saw one where they kind of just did the same video on the middle 3 screens. So I was like, okay, that's gonna make my life easier if I just do one video that wraps around 3 screens. So I just kind of had to, for certain clips, I had to kind of shift the center of this, shift the videos, and then kind of put a bar of color on the sides, just so so the faces would be in the middle, and not just they're it's Pawn is oh hey, I'm
just
I had to move it
half her face,
move it around. So yeah, just that's a bit detailed, but yeah. So just editing the video, it was a lot of teamwork, a lot of figuring out who should go into which video, so there's not too much repetition. But the Zendaya ads, it was I don't know. It's been a while, and it's great talking about it. Makes me so excited. So if you guys have any questions specifically,
all right. So because you had to probably sift through a lot of video to try to footage to try to find things of each member.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sure you've noticed things probably in PVs now that you didn't before.
Oh, yeah.
What do you wish you could unsee from a Sakurazaka
unsee?
music video?
Well, I mean, I wish I could forget how small screen time some people have.
No, that's true. That's true.
Like especially someone like Akira, like just moves around so much, and and it's just like I think even like the camera person has like a hard time like trying to follow her. So there's some clips where she's like, okay, like she's the focus, but then she like moves, like, like jumps away to the side, like turns around, and it's just like you can barely
I
see
believe
her.
it.
Kira, no.
I'm trying to remember. There's like definitely unflattering shots of certain members, but nothing like. I feel like there's nothing like ever too bad, I guess. I think you do realize like certain members get a lot more shots than you expect, and certain members don't. Like, for example, like in Nagare Dama, like it might be because of the hair, but like you realize like Micha has a lot of screen time, even like more than like Saku, like Habu and Pei-chan. Like you notice her a lot more because I think maybe because of
Blonde
her
hair
hair.
gambit paid off.
Yeah, and I think same for Karin. You see her a lot in that video too. I guess you just kind of like notice the screen balance differences because like it's like how many seconds I did? I think I did like 3 seconds for each number or 5 seconds. And like sometimes I had to slow down the clip so they could
Yeah.
the entire thing fits. So
I'm curious on why you stuck with just music videos instead of like leaning to TV shows or something.
Oh yeah, that's a good question. So basically I guess we didn't want to kind of suggest that we're grabbing the TV show content illegally kind of thing. And we wanted to make sure that
we can relate, right, Jimmy?
I think.
What do you mean? I watch
also,
everything on the Japanese television.
Also, like we wanted to just kind of centralize the request, so we didn't want to be like, hey, we want to grab this clip from the digest or this clip from like a concert music video. We just kind of just wanted to be very concise with the request, and we didn't want to ask for too much because I feel like even just the prospect of the ad felt like we're asking for a lot from the company. So we wanted to just try to keep it kind of condense our request, and we wanted to make sure that whatever we requested they had full rights over.
Yeah.
Sure.
So like yes, variety shows I don't really know how the rights for that works, but they maybe some of the TV station might not allow that to happen. So we just wanted to like make sure.
Yes.
Like, okay,
The
they
TV
definitely
station.
TV stations, yes.
Yeah, we just wanted to make
The
sure
bane
that.
of our existence.
Yeah. So that's the reason
that
why we
makes
just chose the MVs. That's a good question though, because I don't think we've talked about that.
Yeah, I'll
probably
agree.
makes it
Having done videos before, Jimmy and I both know the hardships of working with TV stations.
Yeah, and then obviously it helps that it's like all stuff that's publicly available on YouTube.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true.
Right.
That's
So there's
true.
no
for
like
sure.
paywall for it to get
Yeah.
access to it. All right, so yeah, obviously it got like garnered a lot of attraction, like or attention from like obviously the fan base, but also like the members themselves. What was that like? Finally, like seeing all like the members, especially because it was right around meet and greets, right?
Yeah.
So you could actually like like talk to like, go to the handshake or at least the
Yeah,
big
yeah.
and then they did you see the Times Square ad?
I mean, just like seeing like Yuka, was it on her blog that she or Mobame? I forgot.
Was there
where
Insta story?
Akane was the
was,
Insta
okay,
story.
yeah.
I forgot what how Yuka referenced it, but I
Right,
mean
Moba.
that just to see the specific member reference it was like surreal. And then obviously Nen did it, and so I actually did participate in the meet and greet that weekend. So, or was it that week? I think the weekend after, and I got to actually meet Pei-chan. And I was like, "Oh, did you see the Times Square ad?" And she's like, "Yeah, I did." And I'm like, "Oh, I'm the one that helped like organize. Like, I'm like the one person that helped organize it, make the video, like sign the contracts." And she's like, "What? Like that's so... like like in the typical like Pei like what
Yeah,
like
yeah.
like her super like excited."
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was a definitely memory I'll cherish since that was like the last time I met her too. So
Oh, that's true.
that felt good. And I think, I mean, that it was that was like the very end. So obviously, with this new single, I'll probably try to bring it up again when I meet Tenjin.
Hey, by the way, that was me again. Just so you
Yeah, especially since I feel like Ten is like the member who like especially looks. She's always like she seems to be like one of the most enthusiastic about reaching overseas fans. So excited about that.
Heck yeah. So yeah, I guess like or do you guys have like any plans to do like something like this again in the future, or are you like, okay, that was enough, we're good now?
I mean, I think we both like we as the like Sakurazaka Central and I think the people, because we actually we did our annual survey again, and a lot of the responses seemed like they were really interested in doing this kind of project. Though I think a lot of people were like, they were saying like they wanted to see the ads like in Japan. We'll see if that if that could happen. I mean, we could definitely take it. I think we'll definitely take into consideration. Though I think it's going to be it'd be a lot harder to do that because I mean we one reason why we were able to pull it off in specifically Times Square was because we were able to make a contact with Ellis, and
Sure,
very very graciously allowed us to negotiate the price and whatnot. So I don't know if it'll be as easy as this time, but I think it's if people really want it and we could find a good deal, I think we could definitely do something like that. Well, we're doing our research.
Yeah, and if like people are like watching this, and then maybe some young fans like, I want to help out. Like, is there's like any way they can like reach you guys? Is that like just through the Saku Central Twitter? Or?
Yeah, the Sakurazaka Central Twitter. If you could think of any way to help, feel free to DM us there. You could also DM my very personal account. And yeah, we're not doing any fundraising right now. I think we still have some leftover money from the actual the previous one.
The Times Square,
so yeah, so we're gonna definitely that money is gonna roll over to the future project. But yeah, I mean, just if you want to reach out, follow the account, spread the word about the account. So when we do the future project, we'll have even more enthusiasm for it, I guess.
Yeah.
Nice.
Cool. Was there anything else you wanted to ask, Josh? Or
I am good.
all right, then. Shall we get onto some of the current events, guys?
Oh yes, I forgot.
We do talk about the current news of idols in this podcast.
Oh, that's what we do. Okay.
Not just cool stuff that fans do, even though I think that's honestly way more interesting, But what it is. We got some Hinatazaka news, so people can finally stop flaming. Oh, Tam representing, dude.
Oh, there we go. I thought she was just trying to match her walls for a second.
Oh, it does match my wall.
Yeah, dude. People can finally stop flaming us for not supporting Hinatazaka enough on the show.
People think we don't support Hinatazaka for some reason, even though we talk about them almost every week. Anyway.
But yeah, we got some new IG accounts. So I think first was earlier last week, Katoshi launched her Instagram account.
Yeah.
Right.
Been fairly active on there. Lots of posts already. I think it's been like almost one a day.
I see Josh is already following. Very well done. Very well done.
Yes, of course.
And not just that, Kyoko just launched hers today, I think, right? This is pretty recent.
Only a few hours ago, I think.
Yep. Already 2 posts, lots of Insta stories. It might be like her MOBA, man, just full of content.
They're not promoting anything in particular, right? Either of them?
No, I think it's just...
No, I think, yeah, it's not like tied to like a drama or anything, right? I think that used to be the in for like Sakamichi members, right? It's like, I gotta promote my my photo book. I gotta start an Instagram.
Yeah.
But seeing more members just get the IG.
It started transitioning to birthdays, and then now it's just like sometimes they just get it randomly.
Yeah. Always welcome.
Yeah, so make sure you give them a follow. I see they have learned there's only either a period or an underscore, not both. Right? So it's Katoshi.official and Saito Kyoko _official. Give those a follow on IG. Are there any members you guys would want to see like IGs from coming up from Hinatazaka?
Hinatazaka.
I'm obligated to say Kumi.
I guess I would say Miku because she takes her nice photos.
Yeah, that's what I was
true.
gonna say. Yeah, I want to see her like photography IG. You know, like
True.
But some more Hinatazaka stuff. We got some new goods as well. Not just what Tam is wearing, but yeah, dude, we got some dank jerseys, dude.
Are you gonna show them on the screen?
Yeah.
So I have a story that I didn't properly read the listing for the item for the Letterman and the Letterman outfit. I thought it came with the Letterman and the outfit underneath, so I quickly bought it, and I misread the measurements too. So I got extra large, even though I'm a size small.
Oh no!
So, not only did I pay for the Letterman, thinking it came with the Letterman and the little jumper thing underneath. I got it in a way too big size.
So now you're just gonna have like a huge Letterman jacket.
Yeah. So I mean, I tried. I'm gonna try to get a smaller size. I think I'm gonna try to get a medium, if they let me. But yeah, now you guys know I paid an absurd amount of money for the for the Letterman because it was just very. I'm a big fan of the Hinatazaka merch.
Oh yeah, it's really cute.
It's definitely the best. So
Yeah,
I'm excited for that. Also, I'm not gonna get the polka because I just lost a chunk of savings.
Oh no!
Dude, that big polka's like $120.
Yeah,
like
I mean it's very cute.
it is.
But I can't purchase these two big investment pieces, back to back.
Yeah, investments. Yeah.
It's gonna have its return, dude. It's fine.
Yeah, we can resell it one day, right?
Tam's gonna have that dank IG clout, dude. Just flexing the Letterman.
Walk into the club with the XXL Letterman jacket.
Ooh, what does H stand for? Don't worry about it. Don't worry. About it.
If you know, you know. Yeah.
It's from my high school age.
High school. Yeah.
Ooh.
My high school's name was High School.
Yes.
So, what are you looking to get, Josh? Huh? You can get the jumper. I think you look cute.
I think the only thing on here I would get would probably be the plushie, but I feel like that's more like set decor than anything.
This is fair.
I've never been a big fan of Letterman jackets, so I probably wouldn't go for that. And I don't collect photos, so.
See, if I knew that the Letterman would actually fit me, I would have copped. But I'm like, there's no way, dude. Even if I get the XXL, I'm gonna be bursting out of it. It's not gonna be a good look, dude.
I mean, they have the sizes on there, right, Tim?
Yeah, they have. Make sure you properly read what you're measuring. But it might, you could measure yourself and see if it fits.
All right, just make sure. I'm gonna put it in inches instead of cms. Just be screwed. Yeah. If I end up getting a small, we can trade, dude.
Yeah.
All right. Next we have some Sakurazaka news. We finally got some details on their new fourth single. It's gonna be titled Samidare yo. We got some Senbatsu announcement as well as the promotional image for it. Ooh. What do you guys think? What are you guys thinking about this single as a whole so far, based on what we know? So I think the senbatsu for it, right? It's gonna be Ten-chan center. Let's
Yeah,
go
yeah.
for Tam. We got Morita and Honos in the front as well. Risa True Center, as well as Rena, Koike, Pon, and Fujoshi in the second row, and then Chukimon, was it Matsuda, Inoue, Habu, Seki, Uemu, and
Ozono.
Ozono in the back.
Do
Yeah.
you want to start, Josh?
Risa True Center. This is what I kind of had suspicions that she wouldn't be center. Last week we guessed who our center was going to be. Jimmy and Boy both said Risa. I said Pon originally. I didn't assume Risa was going to be center because it doesn't seem very Seed and Flower like to put the graduating member as center position. But I'm
Right.
glad she's true center, where she belongs. Surrounded by her fellow members.
Yeah, I feel like if it was a Nogi single,
Mm.
it would like Nogi's pretty good with giving. I guess I can't really say that, but I feel like they would have definitely given Risa center if she was Nogizaka member. But I don't know. I did genuinely think that she was gonna get center, but I mean I understand why they didn't give her this time around. But I mean I think having her as the B-side center with all of the members is I feel like that's just as meaningful.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'm very excited about that. I guess let's see. Look at the Senbatsu again. Okay, that's the formation.
Oh, okay. Oh, do you want to go back to Samidare?
Yeah, let's go back up there. All right.
Might be a little bit.
So I guess I'll give my quick thoughts. It's not gonna be quick, but I'll give my thoughts. So I guess for like the Sakura 8, obviously we have Moriya Rena entering, and I think that was definitely long overdue. And then we had Michan and Karin re-enter. I personally think that it should have been one or the other re-entering, just because I feel like I don't know, it feels like a bit of like a weak gesture to drop them both for one single and then let them back
toss
in.
both back in.
Because I feel like it kind of just, I feel like it kind of shows that like, oh yeah, these are the true Saku 8 members. Like, we might drop them for a single, but they're the actual front, they're like the main. That's how it feels like to me. So, I mean, I feel like I would have personally only chosen one to re-enter, especially since I feel like they got, despite being dropped, they still got a lot in Nagaredama. Like they had their own solo lines. Michan got her solo center. Karin got her got to be in like Jamaica Beer and that kind of thing. So I mean, I personally would have liked to see Matsuda and or Ozono. I feel like Ozono was kind of like the first Nikki that the first 2.5 gen that a lot of us expected to enter into Saku 8 one day, but I feel like she's kind of been slowly pushed back in favor of Rena, which I feel like, and she had so much early momentum. It's a bit of a shame that they kind of stopped pushing her as much. So I think it's a bit of a shame that she hasn't made it in yet. And obviously, I feel very strongly that I think Matsuri should be like a Saku 8 staple.
I agree.
I think that she does so much work for the group. She's she has weekly radio show, weekly early morning, weekly late night radio, weekly early morning TV, and in addition to a lot of other miscellaneous TV shows.
She's
she always puts her all in like variety, and she's the vice captain. So I think to me it's like a natural. It should be like natural her being in there. At least I feel like hopefully at least next single she gets it. So no, I think that she should be in there one day soon. I'm very happy to see Yumiko and Uemu enter Senbatsu for the first time for Sakurazaka. I think that's definitely deserved. It does make me wonder what kind of song it is because I feel like they're not the strongest dancers. So
And Uemu's not behind Habu this time.
true.
Hey, guys, we gotta take the small dubs.
Yeah, right.
But it's kind of interesting because we don't actually have like a real. I mean, I guess I'll ask you since we have you on the show. How do you feel about like having like a Sakura 8, like that system, and then like the back members? Like, do you think that's like necessary for the group, or do you think that like it's interesting, or?
I mean, I guess like we have something similar with Nogi with like the Fukujin, which is like the front row members. Though I think I would change how it works on the B side. I would, instead of having the Saku 8 members still in the front for the B side, I would put them in the back row. And I'd keep the center, the sign center, but I'd move the back members I would have flanking like the center in the first 2 rows, and then I'd put the rest of the Saku 8 in the back row, if that makes sense. Because they're already they were already in the title track. They don't need to be in the front for this one too. They could be in the back for this one, and then the backs members could be they could shine more in those songs.
Because I think that's always been my thing, right? It's like I don't know. I feel like as soon as you have like 8 set people in the front for each song, then like that kind of carries the identity of almost all the songs.
Exactly. Yeah.
Right. Where it's like and then they're also different, right? So it's like, why not just cater the senbatsu for the song rather than having to have the same 8 in the front?
Yeah, I don't mind having the repeat members, 8 repeat members, because they're the most popular. They're they're going to be the ones who are promoting the most in the single. But I just think that the backs members should be getting the more attention in the B sides. Not they should the Saku 8 members shouldn't continue getting as much attention in the B sides as they are currently. And I mean, I don't mind having Sakura as in the main pushed 8 members of the single, but I think that I would just shift the system in terms of how the B sides are arranged. Just because especially you don't really get that many songs by them anymore, so it's if you're. And then they're gonna be so exhausted when they're performing the lives, and the Saku 8 members have to be in every single song throughout the entire concert.
That's my biggest problem with it.
It's just I can't imagine it's easy. Even for strong performers, I think they're gonna burn out if you do that constantly. So, just I would shift it, and then in that sense to probably have more mobility. As I said, I wasn't that happy about having the 2 former Saku 8 members return. I feel like you need to have a bit more of a movement within the Saku 8, just because I guess in terms of lives, it's just not very sustainable to have these members work themselves to the bone every concert.
So I think to address, at least for this single, the big elephant in the room, I know some people are probably overreacting about it, but Sugai Yuka is only in one of the couplings. She's in the obviously the Risa Center one with that features all the members, right? And this is just due to scheduling with curtains, right?
Yes. I remember I was talking about it, I guess on Tumblr, because I moved my ask thing there. Someone was telling, I kind of mentioned in passing that I wouldn't mind if Yuka ever dropped from Saku 8, because she's she's one of the most popular members. She doesn't really need that exposure, and it's not like she's the strongest performer. So it wouldn't she could use the rest. And yeah, it's she doesn't she's already so popular. She doesn't need to be in Saku 8. She could be the back row center. And then someone came in and they're like, oh yeah, she has curtains for this upcoming single, so she might actually not be in Saku 8. And I was like, oh, that's now that you mentioned it, that's actually pretty possible. Obviously, you have members you have people who are able to balance that schedule. But I think in particular, Yuka's schedule for Current, it's multiple cities, and I think it overlapped with the filming of the music videos and all that stuff. And I think they have a schedule that like Sakurazaka has like their schedule. They can't really adjust it just for one member, especially if they're not if she's not going to be the center. So I mean, I think it would have been nice to have her in Sakurai, because everyone loves Yuka. But I think it's good to allow a member to have their rest, and I think it kind of creates like a better environment. It's like, okay, you don't have to, if you need the time and you need the space to take a break and work on other things, we will give it to you. And I think kind of having that mindset might be good, especially now that we're having so many graduations in Sakurazaka. If these members know, like, okay, I could take a single off to focus on whatever side project I want to work on and still stay in the group, I think that's a good kind of precedent to set. And then hopefully, it'll keep some first gens around for longer.
Ooh, it's been rough. Yeah. I think it makes sense, right? Especially with like, last time I checked, I think there was a lot of tour dates for Curtains. So it's like, all right, and like that has been in the works for I don't remember how long it was since we first covered that. So, it's nice to see them kind of like, okay, you can just chill out for the single, then you'll come back whenever whenever you're good, right? And she's still participating in the track with everybody, so. I think people worrying about the grad can relax a little bit.
Yeah,
and,
I think people were saying that there was a vice captain announced, and then now this, so they're just like trying to like link everything together.
And I think people just overreact a lot.
That's most of the fandom.
Like, I think it's like I think other members have also stepped up in terms of like being kind of like the voice for the group when they go on music shows, right? Like we mentioned Matsuri, right, and how much she contributes towards that. So I think. Yeah, I think the group's in a good place for Sugai to be able to do other stuff. I think fans neglect how much like them doing solo work outside of the group brings attention to the group.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, it's like a huge contribution to the group, right? But everyone focuses on like, the group activities like singles and TV show performances.
Yeah.
And I think especially overseas, that's what we see mostly, because we mostly see just like the TV shows. We see them on. And we see like the singles, the music videos, maybe sometimes if they're on other shows, but like we don't really see the impact that individual work does for the group.
Yeah, like, I think Rena on Love It, like she had like a great run. Like the hosts loved her enough to, and they asked her, they extended her stay there, and having that exposure means a lot. And like likewise for Matsuri, and like on the time, she. Having that positive presence, it just reflects positively on the group to have someone like being able to bring the energy in the morning, I think, and like likewise for every other TV show. But I think a lot of people put too much emphasis sometimes on like the live performances and the variety shows, like, and they're important, and if someone performs well in that, it's important, but that's not bringing really new fans.
Yeah, because that's catered towards just the hardcore
it's catered
fans.
Towards us who watch everything anyway.
Yeah. I think there's like a big discrepancy people have between like what's like Oda knowledge and like general public knowledge.
Yeah.
Like the members that we see as like maybe like prominent members in the group is because we like follow the group intensely and watch all their stuff, right? But then for people who don't really keep up with Sakurazaka, maybe they just watch some morning TV and it's like, oh, there's that girl from Sakurazaka.
From the one idol group.
Now Moria Rena is their face for Sakurazaka.
Yeah. Exactly. Like, for example, even though like Karin is like one of the most popular, like one of the most prominent members within the group, She only got her like first TV appearance with like that Tadashi Kagi, which was like a month ago, or like a few, like a few weeks ago. That was like her her first like outside like TV job. And yeah, she just got her first like a magazine cover. Meanwhile, like Rena has been on like several already. So I mean, yeah, I think as a within the fandom, it's like, oh yeah, she's like one of the most prominent members. But then you see like, oh wait, but all these like Chukemon is on all these on like all the quiz shows, and that's probably what people who watch like TV, like late night quiz show TV. That's probably who they associate with the group. So I think that's why I kind of feel like strongly about like having those members who do so much outside to be in the front too, because then when you're watching those live performances, you see like, oh, that girl from TV, I actually recognize her in the group, and
Yeah. So, what kind of songs are we looking forward to with Samidare yo, dude?
Josh, do you want to start?
I always hope for the hardcore techno song.
Oh,
I don't know. I feel like a match 10.
like kind of like a dance track.
Yeah, I'm always up for a good dance track. But looking, and I'll just loop this in. Looking at the profile image, the artist image for the single, I don't think I'm gonna get that. But just looking at it, it looks very, very cool, very blue. The trees, the background looks very interesting, and the outfits they're wearing, very. I don't even know how to describe it. It's I'm not good with describing clothes.
I can't hear you.
Yeah, you're gonna...
It's. Oh, what did I cut out?
Yeah, you cut out.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, the outfits look very nice. They look it looks a little bit maybe like Nogi, but like still staying true to Sakurazaka, I think.
Yeah,
it's chat saying it reminds him of Seishun no Uma. I think you said the same thing.
Yeah. I was saying that the vibes very ethereal.
I like that Nagare Dama was like all very red, right? That promotion, and now you're having like an opposite where it's like green, and
a little muted.
I'm like, yeah, I want to see like musically, I guess, something as opposite to Nagare Dama now. Right? Whereas Nagare Dama was all about the hype, the funk. You got the horns, I'm like, I want to see them do something like just as like complex but different.
Yeah. A little emotional,
like,
maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, emotional, soothing, maybe.
I definitely
like,
want an emotional song.
It's time, dude. I need to cry to this group again. It's been so long.
Yeah, I think when I saw the teasers, I think a lot of people like probably I just thought of like Hiraishin, and like if something like with that vibe, like piano heavy, like that would be awesome.
Oh man, Hiraishin is such a bop. Yeah, something like that would be sick. Yeah, if you guys are watching on YouTube, make sure you drop a comment down below. What kind of song are you hoping to hear out of Samidare yo? What about some of the other couplings? What do you guys think we're gonna get? I think obviously like the Risa one is probably be like a ballad.
Get ready for that ballad.
Right? Like unless they get us the swerve, but I just like it's gonna be a graduation ballad, and then the Run one. I don't know. I feel like they've been giving her like the very aggressive songs. All right. I wonder if they're gonna keep that up with like between like all of her original centers and then Dead End.
It would be cool to have something a bit more contrasty to that. I think maybe not as intense dance-wise. I think that'd be a good change.
Yeah, they need a couple of relaxing songs for when they do these performances.
Yeah, something memorable, but not like too intense dancing-wise. I think that'd be my hope for Run because I want to see her center something a bit different.
I could see Risa getting like a folk song maybe. I feel like, well, she likes like that kind of like folky style of music.
That'd be
I feel
cool.
like if they go with that,
I I love that folk stuff, Josh.
I know you do.
That's for me, baby.
Yeah, that's for you, not for me.
Yeah, I think. Well, I think that's kind of one of not my critiques about the group, but just one of the things I've noticed, an observation is that like they're very like all their performances are very concept based, right? It's all about like the setting, the choreography, the set dressing, and things like that. I'd like to see like a more vocal driven performance because I've gotten to a point where it's like I almost like I started like thinking they can't do it, but just because we haven't seen it doesn't mean they can't do it, right?
Sure.
Like I've been thinking this since like some of like the more like like end of the year award shows for Nogizaka, like they have like the synchronicity orchestral version from Record Taisho and things like that. I'm like, man, I would love to see Sakurazaka do something like a little bit more vocal driven,
Something with a live band.
Nice.
Ooh, yeah, dude,
That'd be
that's
so
it right
good.
there.
Yeah.
I wanted to mention that Aoi is not in the Senbatsu.
Right.
Yeah, she's not participating at all, right, for this.
Oh no, always is a true center
she's in the
for the
for the
Risa
Risa
song. Yeah.
right.
Yeah,
Yeah, of course she has to be with Risa, of course.
yeah.
Yeah, it's a bit of a shame that she wasn't in Senbatsu. Again, considering Risa wasn't in the center, I guess I kind of expected that Aoi wasn't going to be in the Senbatsu if that wasn't the case. Obviously, but I mean, at least hopefully she gets a prominent role in like the music video for that song,
Yeah.
and it'd be nice if she gets a solo line or something. Likewise for Risa, if they get like solo lines at least, or who knows if they get like a duet song. We don't know if they're gonna get a solo song or a duet song. So hopefully, one or the other would be nice, or like a first generation song.
Oh.
Yeah.
With a Risa
Ooh, a
Aoi
first gen
double
song would be
center.
nice.
That'd be good.
Ooh. I mean, there's few enough of them now for that to be a unit song,
True. True.
Definitely.
Something with some of that first gen identity would be nice. I definitely would like to see them get some like paired lines. I think for the fans it'd be nice just like seeing them both leave together, like the iconic bully duo. Okay, but that is it.
Oh, I have one more comment.
Oh,
Please.
ooh,
I actually didn't mention I am very excited for 10 to center.
yeah, of course. Yeah, I was gonna ask that earlier, but then like we just kept talking about them. Yeah,
I thought it was
I feel
assumed,
like I
okay.
went on a big tangent about everything else, but I am very excited to have 10 center. I wasn't expecting it at all. I've kind of like always had the mindset for 10 because she's so young. Like I don't think she ever I never like felt the need that she needed to get pushed aggressively. Like as like I would have been like okay with her being like even like outside of Saku 8 kind of thing. I would have been okay with her not even being in Senbatsu because I just know she has the talent to come back up and like prove herself. So I would have been okay with her being sidelined considering she's like the youngest and she's still like in high school or whatnot. But to give her the opportunity, I think she could definitely prove herself. And I think all of her seniors cherish her well, so I think that she'll have a good support system. And so I'm not worried about her. I think she's going to do very well.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, for sure. I think this kind of surprised me too, but I definitely am like pleasantly surprised. I think she's really kind of grown to like, I don't know. I think I remember when she first came in, she was like this goofy kid, like, oh, do you want to do some epots gags with me, and then like, but then like the evolution of her over time as like a performer, I think has been like really drastic, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, I think I was kind of in the same boat. Like I was like, if not this single, it's gonna definitely eventually happen, right?
Yeah.
So it's cool. It's cool to see it happen now.
And then if we could compare, like the center with hopefully a future center and see how much she's grown even since from now in the future. I think that'd be really cool to see. But I'm glad that they didn't give her, they didn't give her center off the bat, which I feel like a lot of groups might be tempted to because like, oh, she's the young prodigy or whatnot.
One, yeah.
But yeah, I think not that I think that she's going to be like the perma center or anything, but I think it's good they didn't start when she was still 14. You know, they gave her.
Yeah,
You know,
well, she's only like 16.
yeah,
right
I think
now?
that's like the same age when Asuka first became center, right?
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So that's like still plenty of time to keep growing and improving, you know. So exciting times, dude. Good time to be a 10 Oshi, huh?
For sure.
But speaking of some potential, some members we can see grow, we have Nogizaka's 5th gen. We've been keeping up with them, you know, as they release their videos, things like that. They've updated all the member profiles now that all the members have been announced. They've got some, you know, little biopics in their profile. I'm gonna go to Nagi's just because she's my favorite because we've known her the longest. So we got some pictures of her, you know, and all the members now. So Tam, do you have any of the 5th gen members stick out to you?
Yeah, anyone you want to Oshi hen to?
Yeah.
I think
Since everyone's all on board 5th gen right now, apparently.
no, it's so wild to me, like how well Nogi's promoting the 5th gen, considering how they kind of dropped the ball with the 4.5 gen members. They kind of just like you know, they're like, oh yeah, here you guys go.
You just scoot them in.
Yeah, it's like
Drop them
here.
into Star Tanjo. Good
Just
luck.
kind of tack them on to like the
Yeah.
I have to. I think as someone who likes a lot of those members, it's a bit bittersweet to see the contrast between like how they transition, like, you know, how they're welcoming these new members compared to how they welcome the 4.5 gen. You know, just so much more ceremoniously, so much more hype and whatnot. But I don't know. I'm like looking at the website now because I'm trying to remember their names. But I think right off the bat, I think the 2 members I'm most interested in are the ones who don't have anything, like any pre-debut stuff, like the ones with like a very clean internet
presence.
history presence. Who is it? So I guess Satsuki was one of them, and Yoki Mao were like the other. Those are the 2 that I've like, you know, like just like, I guess it's just based on like the visuals and like the general presence. Those are the members that caught my eye the most. But I mean, honestly, when it could totally change once we start seeing them in variety and start seeing them perform. Because I'm definitely like someone who likes members based on performance.
Yeah, that's why it's been so kind of funny for me watching all this hype go into the 5th gen, right? Like that's literally I make the jokes like, oh yeah, dude, I can't believe all these people latching all these people. We know Inoue the longest, and y'all eat trifling. It's like we know literally nothing about them.
I know
it's she's the one, dude.
Yeah.
It's like you'd see like the Pix accounts for like
you
know, like like Nagi, she has like the pig account has like 1K followers.
Yeah.
Like meanwhile, like I'm pretty sure like there's like, I don't know, like a lot of like even 3rd gen members who might not have like half the followers for their accounts. It's just like there's so much, you know, all the hype. You know, very strong, prominent visuals. So everyone's just jumping on board, though. You know, if it gains more attention for general Nogi and these people kind of like acknowledge the group as a whole, it'd be nice. Though it's just funny. Like you see like these people like latching on like 1 minute into, you know, 1 minute after the reveal, and they have like the birthday committees already set up.
Yeah.
It's like,
dude,
what if you don't even like them? You're setting up like their birthday presents for someone you might not even like.
Well, that's the only information they have now.
We don't even know their birthdays, and they're setting up the birthday committees.
Dude, I was just like I remember, I think it was Ichinose, right? The second one.
Yeah.
Like a minute, like not a minute, but like maybe like 20 minutes after her video came out, I was on Twitter and like I already saw fan art. And I was like, what the heck? What is wrong? What, like, I was just like, I don't want to be like a party pooper. Like, obviously, if people like her, they like her. That's cool, right? But it's just that, like, I was just like, again, like the pics accounts, I can kind of understand because it's like, maybe it's me being jaded. Like, oh, people just want clout. They like, like it's an easy in. Like,
Yeah.
all right, I'm gonna make the account for this member. I'm gonna be the person. But like, did this person just have like fan art ready to go as soon as they had like the YouTube video? Oh, that's what her face looks like. Okay, dude. Like,
just fill in the eyes and the nose. All right.
Twitter, dude. Yeah. I was just like, oh man, that's so nutty, dude.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Bridget in chat mentions that it's funny how perception changes. First impressions are always off for me with idols, and I think I'm the same. Like, if I see someone on TV for the first time, compared to seeing them maybe like a couple months in the future, I totally think differently about them. Like, some members grow on you, some you start maybe like not seeing as much. So I think it changes a lot.
Yeah, I remember
like a lot of like
when third gen was first introduced, I was like, oh yeah, Zuki, and then like by now she's. I mean, I still like her a lot, but she's definitely not like my top 3 or 4.
Excuse me? What?
the teeth, Josh. I'm telling you, she should have kept the bunny teeth. Dude. No, like, yeah, I remember. See, for me, it's like, I'll go in a positive direction because I don't want to, sound mean. But like, I thought Ozono Momoko was annoying at first. Right? Because she's like, oh, she's crying again? Oh my gosh. Okay, calm down. It's variety. And then like, now I go back and watch those episodes. I'm like, oh, Momoko, I miss you. It's just like, yeah, things, eventually they all shift, right? That's, kind of tangential, but that's why I absolutely hate when people are like, this member looks like this member. I'm like, no, your brain just hasn't associated that image of them in your head enough yet. Just give it time, dude.
Yeah, when people make those like member comparisons, I'm like, are you guys like face blind? Do you guys think all Asians look alike? I'm not sure because it kind of it's like you see sometimes like it's just nothing alike, and you're like,
yeah. Mm-hmm. Like the only thing similar is like the hair, maybe, and then you're just like,
and then like they gotta compare it to like the one other Asian person they know,
Yeah, and
oh,
it's
she
like,
looks like Utada Hikaru.
Like,
she looks like Shiraishi Mai.
Like, are you guys Asian? Like, can you distinguish the faces well?
I mean, I'm not Asian. I can distinguish the faces, so it's probably them.
What makes her look like this other member? They both have black hair,
Yeah, right.
Brown eyes. I don't know.
Yeah. It's wild.
Mm-hmm.
But anyways, yeah, that is it for the current events this week. So you know what that means? We're gonna take a quick break.
There is one more thing.
What?
I mean, it was just announced a few moments ago, but I don't know if you guys remember. Like, Anan has their like beauty slope climbers segment, which was like the one that like Eto Misa was on with like Moriya Akane, and then it was Momoko, and then Takamoto Ayaka. So right now, Moriya Rena and Iwamoto Renka are like the new reps for Sakurazaka and Nogizaka after Akane and Momoko graduated. So they finally, I guess that's fully rounded out now, that segment. I mean, it only runs like it's a monthly digital column, so it's not that frequent, but it's you kind of, I don't know if this is going to mean that we're going to start seeing a bit more like model contracts announced in the next few weeks, because it is kind of like the it's and we're entering springtime, which is when they start announcing all these contracts. So I just thought that was like a interesting choice. I mean, I guess Moriya Rena makes sense because I feel like she's very pretty.
She's got the look, right?
Renka, I thought that was like, that was really interesting choice to me. I mean, she's cute, obviously, but I don't really associate her with like makeup and stuff like that. And it's funny that they announced like 2 kind of like more recent contracts, like with Ayame and Bis. She got that recently, and it's just like they just announced all like the 5th gen members. It's like, I don't know if you guys wanted to wait and see these members look like before you sign your current contract.
We bet too early.
But
you might have worked with one of these already, dude. They've got some history.
So that was interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, that's it.
I think it's because I can't unassociate Renten with being like this like 14-year-old kid.
I know.
You know,
Me too.
so
Yeah.
I'm just like
Yeah.
I think she's like 18 now or something. I'm like, no, dude, she's like a little kid, dude.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
like,
yeah.
Is
It's like,
she?
oh,
Like,
wait,
what are
she's
you?
still in high school.
Yeah, no, she's still like
Yeah.
a kid to me.
Yeah, I'm
So.
like, no, she doesn't need to be on Nan yet, dude. She's got time. I'm like, oh hey, but yeah, it'd be interesting to see some more modeling contracts coming out.
Yeah,
Definitely, I
yeah.
think Sakurazaka has some members that probably I wouldn't be surprised to see get some for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
But okay, if yeah, there's nothing else, we're gonna take a quick break, and we'll be right back with the TV show highlights. And we're back. Hey, you know what time it is? It's time for the TV show highlights. It's basically when we go back, talk about some of our favorite moments through the regular shows that the members do. Of course, it's Hinatazaka de Aima Show, Soko Magatara Sakurazaka, and Nogizaka Koji Chu. Obviously, if there's anything else, we watched, then we might discuss that too. But I didn't watch anything else. Did you?
Nope. I barely watched the regular shows.
Oh, Hinatazaka this week was continuing. They're all continuations of the last week.
Yeah.
So we have Kasuke for Hinatazaka right there in the gym again doing some athletics. We got more of the Danso Moso stuff for Sakurazaka, Sokosaku, and then for Hinatazaka, or for Nogizaka, Nogichu, we have the Valentine's Day Senpai Kohai chocolates. Any highlights from you, Josh?
I think Hina Ai was the best show this week.
Oh,
Very fun. A lot of physical activity. They had to do like obstacle courses, and we got to see the members like cheer them on and everything. There's this funny part where they have to like run into those big like inflatable balls, but Kasuga was inside, so like they had to like push him around and like try to get to the other person's goal. I thought that was the funniest part. I was watching it yesterday while Jimmy was trying to figure out stuff, and I couldn't stop laughing watching it. So I think definitely that one's the highlight for me. Jimmy, did you watch that or no?
I did, but I'm gonna be honest. It was like I'm recovering from stuff, so I totally like fell asleep
Oh,
watching it. I'm like, sorry, I'm like trying to like get to the episode and get to that part so I can show it on the stream. But whatever. I'm just gonna show some stuff. All right, whatever. Yeah, that was Sokosaku, dude.
all right, Jimmy,
Oh, no
what's
wonder
yours?
this is last week's. That's why. Mine's gonna be Koji Chu. Yeah. My bad, chat. That was last week's. So yeah, Koji Chu. It was cute. It's always like watching like the senpai come up and like, oh, it's gonna be me. I did this with this member, and then she like, no, actually, I picked this person. But I picked it specifically because it was finally Ash's moment to shine. She finally got a few members picking her for their senpai, and it's just like, just seeing that joy in her face, I was very, very happy for her.
And Higuchi getting rejected all the time.
Hinachima was like just wrecked every time, dude. But you know what? Maybe she needed better strategy than the Mikans.
yeah, right.
Yeah, I think that was my favorite part, was them asking her. It was like asking the members, like, "Oh, did you notice anything from Higuchi?"
Do you remember any Mikans? And they're like,
like one of them might be like, "Oh, now that you mention it,"
Yeah.
Everyone else just like, "What?"
And then I noticed Yamashita was just relaxing in the back, like, I'm not even gonna stand up. They're not gonna pick me.
did she get chosen for any?
No.
Nah.
She's like, Kohai. Who's gonna talk to them?
Yeah, I mean, I guess she doesn't. She's like so busy with her outside stuff. She probably hasn't really had the chance to interact with most of them.
Yeah.
But I guess like I knew it was gonna happen, but I was still happy that someone chose Ayane.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Like I know, like I think like last week in Star Tanjo, like Nao and like Tamura were like fighting over Ayane. like is it like Nao was talking about how like, oh, you know, like, oh, like, you know, I love her so much. And then I think there was like one moment where basically Nao was recalling like one time she was with like, or Yumiki, in case people don't know now. Yeah, Yumiki was talking about like how one time she was like at the catering table with Ayane, and then like Tamura like went up to her and was like cooties to Yumiki, like trying to like get her away from Ayane. But yeah, I think they also worked together. Yumiki also worked with Ayane on a stage play, so they had some of that behind the scenes interactions. But yeah, I don't know. As someone who Yumiki is one of my oshis, and like Ayane is my favorite second gen member, so it was like good interaction.
We're not caught up with Star Tanjo. We usually watch it in the post show. We watch an episode. So we need to catch up. I think we're like 2 behind now, right, Jimmy?
Yeah. Oh, so you guys haven't been watching?
No, we have.
Oh, okay.
But I guess including today, I guess it's 2.
I'm way behind because I've been dipping out for the post show. But anyways, so yeah, that has been the TV show highlights. If the screen transitions were kind of, the display was kind of sparse this week, I'm sorry. Now you viewers must have a newfound appreciation for Boy and the hard work he does controlling this show, because I never want to do this again. It is very difficult. But anyways, thank you, Tam, so much for joining us.
Of course.
For this week.
Thanks for inviting me. It's been a while.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's always a pleasure catching up and talking about
anytime
some idols. Yeah.
You be on every week if you want.
Tuesdays are like the days I'm always the most tired, but I'll see. Maybe in a future one I'll try to come back.
What's your schedule like? We'll move the podcast. But anyways, that's gonna be it from us this week. As always, you can stay up to date with us on all the socials down below. If you're watching on YouTube, make sure you drop a comment down below, or give us a subscribe. We got lots of other videos coming out down the pipeline. Or come and hang out with us during Twitch on Tuesdays around 7 p.m. Pacific time for the live thing. Lots of discussion, especially this week, that probably not gonna end up on YouTube. So only way you can be part of that is you come hang out for the live show. It's gonna be it from us this week. We'll see you guys next week. Bye.